Hello, everybody. Today, we're gonna finish up with the last episode of the Stalin series. We're gonna talk about the last years of Stalin's reign. After the war, Stalin imposed on Eastern Europe a new kind of colonial control based on native communist regimes, nominally independent, but in fact subservient to himself. He thus increased the number of his subjects by about 100 million. But in 1948, the defection of Yugoslavia from the Soviet camp struck a severe blow to the world communism as Stalin dominated. To prevent other client states from following Tito's examples, Stalin instigated local show trials manipulated like those in the Great Purge of the 1930s in Russia, in which satellite communist leaders confessed to Titoism, many being executed. The guy basically would be able to leave and make Yugoslavia probably the farthest from the Soviet Union or the communist states that were being puppeted. And this kind of scared Stalin a bit. But anyways, back to it. As the Eastern Bloc is now laid out, it creates a huge tension arising, and which leads to the president of America making a new thing where he would basically, I believe it was a law he passed that basically would said to contain communism. That was the priority they had. They wanted to make sure that communism wouldn't be able to grow any more. This angered Joseph Stalin severely. He was a very, very ruthless dictator, and from then on, he would just be ruling over. He would be very harsh and very cruel towards everyone. Fortunately, he wouldn't last long. On March 5th, 1953, at age 74, he would suffer a stroke. He could have been able to get better, but what happened was, he would always torture the doctors, and he was all so cruel and awful that the doctors were scared to help him. So many basically just left him to die like that. He kind of deserved it. He was an awful person. But the effects he did on the world cannot be denied. He had changed the world forever and led to a very terrible era. And probably one of the most enormous wars to ever happen, known as the Cold War. Communism versus capitalism. And yeah, that's kind of the end of the series. This is kind of short. I'll add just a bit more commentary. I just feel like the legacy of Stalin's just enormous what he did throughout those years. It's just crazy how he was able to become a dictator for that long, become so powerful. Kind of goes to show how one person could just be so powerful, you know? How it affects everyone else around him. He was able to control 250 million people, many that were innocent and just wanted to be free. This is kind of the end of the series. This wasn't really much for me to talk about, but yeah, hope you enjoyed this, everybody. This is the end of the Stalin series. I'm happy that we ended off at somewhere pretty nice. You know what happens after. He's not really, he's not good, you know? He's not remembered as good, except in Russia. That's probably the only one that sees him more of a hero. But we find out the truth, and we know how awful he truly is. And let's hope communism never touches our nation ever again. I'll see you later.